I'm Frith of Fayers and I'm studying speech and language therapy at UEA. Speech and language therapy in a nutshell, it's a vast subject, hence why you have to do a degree to be a speech therapist, but basically it covers you all the way from birth right to the end of your life, any difficulties you have with speech, with actual language production, so the cognitive process, and also anything to do with swallowing. It's a 3-year degree course, so at the end of it you'll have a BSc in speech and language therapy. I think for A-levels the best choice would be probably English, psychology and biology. My placements have been fantastic actually, they've been really varied. So my last block placement, which is 2 months, I did 1 day in an acute hospital. I did 2 days in a rehab hospital, and then I was working 1 day in the community, so it was a really good chance to see how speech and language therapy fits in across the spectrum. You have to be very practical, you have to be able to think on your feet, you do have to be academic, you know, there is a lot of academic work, but mainly you have to be, I think, a compassionate, you know, empathetic person. You work very strongly in a multidisciplinary team, so you need to be good at working with other people, that's really important. You need to have really good listening skills and be able to, you know, to speak to people and to be able to explain the things that you understand to people in a way that they will understand. The academic reputation of UEA is really high. I think it always does very well in the league tables and is consistently reported by students as being a really lovely environment to be in. The speech and language therapy department also has extremely high standards of tutors. They're all experts in their field, so it's quite a pleasure to be taught by them. Facilities for us at UEA are fantastic. We've got a dedicated lab in our building just for speech and language therapists. We use some quite complicated programs to look at you know, sound waves and to actually examine what's called acoustic phonetics, which is the sound of the noise that people produce. And we do use that in a clinical setting. Back to the syncopated style. UEA is a very big campus university, which I think is fantastic, especially for first years. If you're living on campus, there is loads to do. There's parties and discos, there's a pub here, there's loads of people around all the time. Norwich itself as an area has got really good nightlife. There's loads going on, really fantastic atmosphere. I would definitely personally like to end up in the NHS. I think you have a much richer sort of experience. I've actually got a paediatric placement coming up after Christmas and I am quite excited about working with children. I think that's where my heart lies. So why should someone become a speech and language therapist? I think a reason why you should doing a speech and language therapy degree is fantastic is it's a vocational degree. To me, it's the sort of joining of everything that's, you know, great. You get an opportunity to work with people, to help people, to meet a wide variety of people from every walk of life. But it's also about, you know, what I consider to be the most important thing, which is communication, is helping people to be able to communicate, to express themselves, to talk about what's important. So it's not a very well-known career choice at the moment, which I think is a real shame. But I think a change is coming and soon we're going to hear a lot more about speech and language therapy. So get in while you can, that's what I say.